In previous lecture, we have seen the behavior of liquid surface. We have considered the three different molecules, molecule A, molecule B and molecule C. Molecule A is completely inside the liquid. It is attracted by the other liquid molecules around that molecule A. So all other molecules apply the cohesive force on the molecule A, and because of that net force acting on molecule A is 0. If you consider the molecule B, which is close to the free surface of a liquid but slightly inside the liquid, it is also attracted by the other liquid molecules below the molecule B, some liquid molecules above the molecule B, and in some sphere of influence of B contain the air particles. These are the few in numbers. So net force acting on molecule B is a cohesive force due to the below liquid molecules present inside the sphere of influence. So because of that, molecule B is slightly attracted in downward direction or pulled in downward direction. Molecule C is on the surface, top surface of a liquid. It's a half sphere of influence contains air particles. Their number of air particles are few, but in a remaining half portion of a sphere of influence of a molecule C, the other liquid particles are present. Cohesive force applied by these liquid molecules on molecule C is larger than the adhesive force applied by the air particle. Because of that, molecule C is pulled in downward direction, and the surface of this liquid behaves as a stretched membrane because the downward pulling force acts on all the particles or all the molecules present on the surface of a liquid. Now we see the next topic as surface energy. Molecules lies in a surface film of a liquid experiences downward force, that means top surface molecules or free surface of liquid molecules experience downward force. To bring the molecule from interior of a liquid to the free surface of liquid, work should be done against the downward force. This work stored in the form of potential energy. So this is a liquid inside the container. These all free surface molecule experiences downward force, and if you want to bring this inside molecule over this top surface, then this downward force try to pull this molecule in again downward. So when you externally apply the excess force to these molecules so that they come on the surface of a free surface of liquid, whatever you have provided the excess force, that force is converted into energy and stored in the form of energy when the molecule is on the surface of liquid. And this excess energy present with these molecules than the inside molecules. Inside molecule also have some energy, but top surface molecule have the larger energy than the well inside molecule. Whatever the excess energy present with these top surface molecules is known as surface energy. The potential energy greater for the molecules in the surface film as compared to the molecule well inside the liquid. This extra energy that liquid surface holds is also called surface energy. J molecule या वरच्या सरफेसवर आहे, लिक्विडच्या वरच्या टॉप सरफेसवर आहेत, ते खालच्या बाजूला असे ओढलेले असतात आणि आतमधल्या मोलिक्युलवर कुठलाही फोर्स नसतो, कारण की ते सगळ्या बाजूने इतर लिक्विडच्या मोलिक्युलच्या फोर्सने एकमेकाकडे ओढले जातात. त्यामुळं ह्या मोलिक्युलवर नेट फोर्स हा 0 असतो. पण त्यांच्याजवळ काहीतरी एनर्जी असते. आता या मोलिक्युलला जर मला टॉप सरफेसवर आणायचं असेल तर बाहेरून काहीतरी एनर्जी द्यावी लागेल, कारण की हा जो डाऊनवर्ड फोर्स आहे हा त्याला खाली ढकलायचा प्रयत्न करतो. मग मी जी काही एक्सेस एनर्जी देऊन या मोलिक्युलला इथं टॉप सरफेसला आणणार आहे, त्यावेळेला ती एक्सेस फोर्स माझा एनर्जीमध्ये रूपांतर होऊन तो एनर्जीच्या रूपात या मोलिक्युलजवळ साठवला जाणार आहे. म्हणजे टॉप सरफेसच्या मोलिक्युलजवळ एनर्जी जास्त असते आणि सगळ्यात आतमध्ये जे असतात मोलिक्युल त्यांच्यामध्ये एनर्जी कमी असते. हा जो काही एनर्जीमधला फरक आहे त्या फरकालाच म्हणलं जातं सरफेस एनर्जी. म्हणजे इथल्या मोलिक्युलजवळ एनर्जी जादा असते आणि आतल्या मोलिक्युलजवळ एनर्जी कमी असते. Surface tension, it is defined as force acting per unit length of imaginary line drawn on free liquid surface at right angle and both side of a line. What is the meaning of that? If you consider a stick floating on the surface of a liquid, then you observe that around the sticks there is some tension is present. So surface is just like a slightly curved. When you put a stick on the surface which float on the liquid surface, then you found that it portion around the edges of sticks are curved in shape. This curve indicates the force act on the both side of a stick in this way. Also the other side also on the sticks, which is shown here also. The force over the unit area of a stick acting on either side, that force is known as a surface tension. That means on the white surface of a liquid, if you drop any stick which float on the surface, then around the edges of sticks you found that the forces act on the all side over the stick, and the force acting on a stick over its unit length, we say the unit length, then it is called as a surface tension. Surface tension is F divided by L. MKS unit of surface tension is Newton per meter and CGS unit is Dyne per centimeter. To understand the concept of surface tension, take water in a cup and add a matchstick stick over the surface of water. Then you found that over the edges of these sticks there is some curve portion. This curve portion indicates the forces acting in both the direction over this stick. So forces acting on this side also, forces act on this side also. The force acting over this unit length, that means 1 centimeter length of a stick, is known as a surface tension of this water. माचीसमधली एक काडी घ्या किंवा उदबत्तीची काडी घ्या, कपामध्ये पाणी घ्या आणि त्या पाण्यामध्ये काडी ॲड करा. काडी ॲड केल्यावर तुम्हाला दिसेल की त्या काडीच्या दोन्ही साईडला काहीतरी कर्व पोर्शन झालं. कर्व पोर्शन झालंच म्हणजेच ह्या लिक्विडचा सरफेस या काडीच्या दोन्ही बाजूला काहीतरी फोर्स लावतोय. हा इकडे लावणारा फोर्स आहे या साईडला, तसंच याही बाजूला ओढणारा फोर्स आहे. आणि ह्या काडीवरच्या युनिट लेंथवर जेवढा काही इकडं लागणारा फोर्स असेल त्यालाच म्हटलं तर सरफेस टेन्शन. जेवढा इथे युनिट लेंथ लागतो तर इथंही युनिट लेंथवर या बाजूला तेवढाच फोर्स लागतो. आणि त्या युनिट लेंथवर स्टिकवर अप्लाय झालेला फोर्सलाच म्हटलं जातं सरफेस टेन्शन. सरफेस टेन्शन डिपेंड्स अपॉन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ अ लिक्विड. As the temperature increases, surface tension of liquid decreases. It means at higher temperature, surface tension of liquid is lower, and at a lower temperature, surface tension of liquid is higher. It means inverse proportion between surface tension and temperature. Surface tension of liquid does not depend upon the area of liquid surface. For pure water, surface tension is 72 dyne per centimeter. For NaCl solution, surface tension is around 84 dyne per centimeter, and for soap solution, surface tension is 32 dyne per centimeter. Now we see the application of surface tension, where we use the surface tension. So first application, toothpaste. Toothpaste spread more freely in our mouth while cleaning the mouth because it contains soap, which reduces the surface tension. Toothpaste freely spread in your mouth because toothpaste contain soap solution, which reduces the surface tension of our saliva. Because of that reduced surface tension, toothpaste freely spread in our mouth. If detergent is added in water, so for washing the cloth we are adding the detergent. When you add this detergent into the water, this detergent also reduces the surface tension of water, and because of that the dust particle stick over your cloth get separated. Decrease surface tension increases the area of contact and cleaning ability of soap solution. In a rainy season, we are spreading the oils over the water, stored water or water present for a longer period in any position. Why? Because over stored water, mosquito eggs floated on the surface of water. To kill these mosquito eggs, we are spreading the kerosene on the surface of water. When you spread the kerosene, that kerosene decreases the surface tension of water, and because of decreased surface tension of water, eggs go down inside the water and the mosquito breeding get stopped. Relation between surface tension and surface energy. We consider a rectangular frame, which is known as open end rectangular frame, having the name A, B, C, D. This end is open, so it is called as open end rectangular frame A, B, C, D. We put one more wire over this rectangular frame so that it can freely slide over it. So if we see, observe it, it is a freely slide over this rectangular frame. Now we dip this rectangular frame into soap solution and taken out. Then we found that some film get created over this rectangular frame, that is A, P, P, Q. In between this A, B, P, Q, a soap film get created. This soap film applies the force on this area A, B, P, Q. We consider the force acting on PQ shown by the arrows, and we slightly pull this frame PQ in outward direction by a distance x. When you slightly pull this frame PQ or wire PQ, in outward direction by applying very small force through a distance x, then we get the new position as P dash and Q dash. The surface energy of liquid surface is defined as potential energy per unit area of a surface. Let ABCD is an open rectangular frame. A wire PQ can slide on a rectangular frame ABCD without any friction. The frame is dipped into a soap solution and taken out. A soap film APQB is formed. Due to the surface tension of soap solution, a force F will act on the wire PQ. This force pull the wire PQ towards the AB. So this PQ pulled towards the wire AB. If the surface tension of solution is taken as capital T, length of PQ is L, then the total inward force acting on a wire PQ is F is equal to 2TL. Since soap film has two surface area, so 2 is arises. Top surface area and bottom surface area, both surface area we have to consider. Let wire PQ pull outward through a small distance x to the position P dash Q dash by applying external force. The work done by external force against the pull of surface tension is work done is equal to applied force into displacement. So we have applied a small force over this wire PQ and pulled it in outward direction the new position P dash and Q dash. Initially this wire PQ is pulling towards soap film, pulling it towards the AB. That means they are applying the force towards the AB, and you are externally applied the force in outward direction. This excess force you have applied so that wire PQ move from position PQ to P dash Q dash. That extra applied force perform the work done over this wire, and that work done is nothing but applied force into the displacement x. So work done is equal to F into x, and value of F, whatever the external force you have applied, which is equivalent to the force applied by the soap film over the wire PQ. So substituting that value 2TL into x, it is L into x. In this process additional surface area is created, and which is equal to A equal to 2L into x. When you pulled in down outward direction, this additional surface area created. It is also considered top surface area and bottom surface area. So total surface area is 2L into x. Divide the work done by this area. So W divided by A, which is equal to 2T Lx divided by 2Lx. So 2Lx get cancelled, which is equal to T. This work done in a attached film is stored in a unit area of a film in the form of potential energy called strain energy. So this W divided by A is known as strain energy or surface energy. That means excess energy stored in a film. Whatever the energy stored in its unit area, because of this applied force, excess energy stored in this unit area of soap film is called as strain energy or surface energy. So W, work done divided by A, which is equal to potential energy per unit area, is called as strain energy. So from equation 1 and 2, the strain energy is equal to surface tension. So strain energy is nothing but the surface tension of a liquid surface. Angle of contact. If a tangent is drawn to free surface of a liquid at a point of a contact of a solid and a liquid, then tangent makes two angles with the surface of a solid. Out of these two angles, the angle measured on the side of a liquid is called angle of contact. Consider the water in a glass tube. So this is a glass tube and it is water called as liquid. This is a point of contact between the glass tube and water. We draw the tangent at this point of contact. Suppose this is a tangent at the point of contact between the glass and water. This tangent makes two angles. This is one angle which is completely inside the liquid, and it is a second angle which is partly inside the liquid and partly in a air. The angle which is completely inside the liquid is called as angle of contact made by the tangent which is drawn at the point of contact between glass and liquid, or here we say the water. If angle of contact is acute, liquid forms concave meniscus. That means in case of water and glass, we get this concave meniscus, and at that times angle of contact is always acute. Acute, that means less than 90 degree. If angle of contact is obtuse, the liquid forms a convex meniscus. So in case of mercury, you can observe this type of a cell called as a convex meniscus. And at the point of contact between the glass and mercury, if you draw this tangent, then that tangent makes an angle called as angle of contact, and which is obtuse, that means which is greater than 90 degree.